Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and you've never seen this face before, or this robe, or this beat, my name is Tamar, also known as Musings of a Curvy Lady, and welcome to the wonderful world of musings. This is my corner of the internet where I love to talk about fashion, style, beauty, and everything lovely. And today we are getting unsexy. I love sharing unsexy things because it makes my life, well, sexy. And of course, sharing is caring. So I'm going to share some of my favorite unsexy hygiene hacks that literally are so life-changing. So if you're interested in learning about all of my unsexy secrets, please keep watching. But before we get started, we have to go over house rules. House rules. It feels better with a mic in my hand doing house rules, you know? It's like I'm an entertainer. Anyway, house rules, welcome. I need you to liking helps to boost the video for other girly pops to learn about my unsexy hygiene hacks that are literally going to change your life, okay? And because we are a community that likes to yap, i.e. the microphone. Like, Tamar, do you like to talk? What would make you think that? Go ahead and leave a comment, commenting because we want to know what are some of your unsexy hygiene hacks. Sharing is caring, y'all. And because I want you to be a part of the Musings of a Curvy Lady family, go ahead and hit subscribe because I see you watching and not subscribing. I see everything. Anyway, hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss a Curvy Lady upload. Duh. Okay, now let's get into the unsexy hygiene hacks. I'm not gonna sing for you guys, even though there's a big part of me that wants to because I have this mic in my hand. I'm not. We're gonna get into unsexy hygiene hacks. I think this is probably one of my favorite subjects to talk about because this is the ultimate, the epitome of womanhood, you know, sharing things that are not maybe aesthetically pleasing, a little taboo, but literally can change your life. Sometimes it was like having a conversation about something very uncomfortable that I learned something from a girlfriend, like from a former patient, how they deal with something, or my mother, you know, other mothers. And it literally, I adopted things and mind blowing. That is how I am the sexy woman that you see in front of you because of all these unsexy habits. This is volume 1 because I feel like we can talk about this forever and ever, which we love that. So go ahead, leave me some of your hygiene hacks down below. Maybe we can make this into a series. I love reading the comments of like what you do for certain things in your life. So first things first, in the beginning, there was body odor. But obviously we have learned to control the body odor because of what? Witch Hazel. You guys know I'm a big fan of the Dickinson's original Witch Hazel. This one has alcohol in it. They have a blue labeled one that is alcohol free. These are plant-based, biodegradable. I love these wipes. I recommend them for everybody. I do get them off of Amazon and they are not the cheapest things, you know, normally, and they keep raising the price. I think it's because of my videos. I really do. Because I'm like, when I first started buying them, they were like $25 and now they're like $28.99, which I'm like, I don't like inflation, okay? And that's another video for another day. But the fact that in the few years that since discovering these, they have jumped up to like $5, I'm like, good gracious. Like, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to still get my Dickinson's in without having to cough up all that money. Now, when they're on sale, typically they'll be on sale for $22.99. I'll get a bunch of them so I can have them backed up. But I recently tried something new to see if we can cut some cost, but still have the effectiveness of my Dickinson's Witch Hazel. Like, I'm sure you can use any Witch Hazel that you want, but I love Dickinson's. I love this one. So you can grab yourself a big bottle of the Dickinson's Witch Hazel. This runs you $4, okay? What you can do is just get your normal large family size of baby wipes, okay? It doesn't have to be flushable. I never flush my wipes anyway. I feel like there's a scam and a conspiracy between the flushable wipes companies and plumbers because they want you to use them, but in reality, they're gonna clog your toilets. And I don't have any proof, but that's just in my heart of hearts. But anyway, go to Walmart, get a large amount of baby wipes, and then go ahead and pour. I would probably pour a third. Make sure all of the wipes are saturated with your witch hazel, and then you have your own homemade Dickinson's witch hazel wipes without having to cough up almost $30 for a 4-pack. That's crazy. So you're welcome, okay? Never say I never did anything for you guys, okay? Because this is such a great hack. I have tried it with my Walmart baby wipes and it works. It works. I'm kind of set in my ways, so I do still buy my Dickinson's. I just like the ease of it. I don't have to do anything. But if I'm out and I don't have any around, or for whatever reason, best believe I always have regular witch hazel at my house anyways, because if you can use it on a cotton round, whatever. But the wipes to me are just a better, more useful and practical way to apply the witch hazel. It's a larger surface area for the wipe instead of like a little cotton round. You know what I'm saying? So try it. Let me know. Rate it 1 to 10. Okay. And let me know how you like it. But I think that is like the best hack ever. We see her. We know her. We love her. But she is a pretty penny. And there's something about Lumi that for some reason it goes so quickly. I don't keep it in water, it's not in a waterfall. I keep it on a soap dish in my shower. But I feel like I go through this like within like less than 2 weeks. And I'm just like, good gracious, that's a lot. That's like basically $40 a month on a cleansing bar. So what I've been doing, especially when I'm traveling, I can go through this in a couple of days. I don't know how that happens. That is some type of like conspiracy in itself, okay? But what I'll do, I'll just cut my Lumi in half, especially when I'm traveling, so I don't go through the entire thing. When you're using a cleansing bar, once you get it down to a certain size that it like melts down, it disintegrates. So and some people can even cut it into 4s, but me, I need something a little bit, I need to have a little bit of a size and girth to it. So I'll cut this in half, short ways, like down the middle like that. And just know I can go through 1 bar a month versus 2 of these a month. You know what I'm saying? So cut your bar soaps in half or in 4ths so that you can stretch it a little bit longer, because in this economy, listen, everything counts. Give me all the hacks. Let me save a little coin, because I can't stop using this. This is my #1 cleansing bar. As much as I find other things like the sulfur soap, there's Dove antibacterial. This is my #1. Lumi, because 1, it's pH balancing. It has mandelic acid. It kills odor. It brightens your skin. It does so many things. So I will pay for it, but I don't like that I go through it so quickly. I don't have to like that part. So try cutting it in half or in 4s. Let me know. Try the hack. On to hack #3. We're going to take our little beloved African net sponge. If you don't know what this is how you're going to properly clean your booty. Okay, this is how you clean your body with an African net sponge. What makes an African net sponge so amazing and so simple is that it has these little knots. These little knots allow you to exfoliate yourself as you're cleansing gently, where you can use this every single day. The African net sponge is so amazing, but the thing is, it can be a little long, it's a little long. I use it all together. However, if I wanted to have a designated African net sponge just to clean my downstairs, my lady parts, but just cut off a generous amount that you think you would be able to use to clean your lady parts, and you don't have to buy a separate item to clean your lady parts. You can just buy 1 African net sponge, cut like a third of it off so that you could just have something designated for your downstairs lady parts, your backside, and you don't have to buy something separate, and it's going to work. It's gentle enough to use down there, but at the same time, it's also going to be separate from the body, because some people I know, like, I need something for the lady parts. Me, girl, I use the same thing, but to each his own. But that's why I'm here, to give you the hacks. Let me know, try it out. Or don't. Next hack is Mega Babe, but not for what you might think. So if you're not familiar with Mega Babe, this is an anti-chafing stick. Okay, this is amazing. If your thighs say hello to each other, give them a little separation. with this. This will help your inner thighs to glide, honey. This is very, very helpful, especially in the summer months when you don't want to wear shapewear or, you know, pants because it's so hot outside, but you also don't want the dreaded chafing. I have a story, girl, maybe for another day, but like the chafing, a big girl's life, chafing, the pain that can come from that. Oh my gosh. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I do have a story about that. But I like to use this for other things outside of, you know, not having my legs chafe. So when you're wearing shapewear, you know, when you're walking and it makes that sound like shh, 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 shh. And I hate it because you could especially you had to go use the bathroom in the middle of Bible study or worship, and it's pretty quiet in the room. It's not like there's a lot of noise, and then you get up and everyone's just hearing your inner thighs like shh, 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 every time you walk. So what I've done is that I will put Mega Babe like inside my inner thighs on top of the shapewear so that they're gliding and there's no sound. Because I get that all the time from people like, oh, I want to use that shapewear, or there's a shapewear dress, like it's already built into the dress, but like, oh, I hate the idea of like sounding like a washing machine or a car wash every time I walk. So this is multi-purpose in my eyes. You're just gonna swipe your inner thighs on the shapewear and it washes out, you know, in the washing machine. But this is going to save you from sounding like a car wash when you walk. You're welcome. If you have an empty ketchup bottle, okay, reuse and recycle, because that can also act as a peri bottle. If you don't have a bidet, or even a handheld bidet, go ahead, get you either a peri bottle, or you can actually buy an empty ketchup bottle. You know, those empty plastic ketchup or mustard bottles? Get one of those, or you can get one of these. This is like a peri bottle that you can get a pack off of Amazon, and you can use this every single time you use the restroom. I'm telling you, it changes the game. Just using this in your front and your back after using the restroom, even if it's just a number one, you feel so much cleaner. So use a peri bottle, use a ketchup bottle, whatever you have that's gonna give you enough like pressure to cause, you know, this to squirt out so that you can cleanse yourself. But this is one of the best things I've included in my hygiene care that makes such a difference, and it's so inexpensive. When I'm traveling and for some reason my portable bidet is dead, I'm just like, I wish I just had a plastic bottle so that I can use to cleanse myself. It makes such a difference. And you don't know how, like, you're just walking around, not to say like you're walking around dirty, but you're walking around thinking that you're clean until you do this. And then you realize what clean really is. And it's just such a nice feeling. And this is something that also I like to keep in my hygiene depression basket. I need to come up with a better term for it. But basically, when you're feeling depressed or if you're dealing with chronic illness, you want to have all of your hygiene like materials and supplies readily available. You can have it in a basket, you can have it in a 3-tiered plastic drawer, but having your hygiene station, your hygiene house, whatever you want to call it, with all of your items, and always keeping water with you. A peri bottle with water in it is going to be your best friend because you can also use it with the next hack. This is rinse-free soapy bath sponges. As I'm doing my research for the video that I want to do for chronic illness and pain and depression, I have heard so many wonderful things about rinse-free bath sponges, but I wanted to try it out for myself to actually find like a good one for you guys, because I don't want to just like, oh, buy this and like it's not very good. So anyway, if you're living with chronic pain or illness, this is a really great option because sometimes you might not be able to have the energy, effort, or you just can't get into the shower. Get you some rinse-free bath sponges. You just need a little bit of water to get it going, right? To get it nice and sudsy, but this will lather up and you can just use this all over your body and you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to rinse it off. It dries, it gets you clean, and you feel clean afterwards as well. Even if you want to just keep some in your gym bag. Sometimes you don't want to use the showers at the gym, especially my gym. That place I already told y'all how bad this place is. But this is something that you just can keep in your gym bag, keep in your hygiene station, your hygiene house, your hygiene drawer, so that you can still feel clean, get clean, because you deserve to be clean, no matter how you have to do it. Using assisted devices, towelettes, wipes, peri bottles, all that to get to the end goal of feeling clean, go for it, babe. There's no judgment. And if anyone makes you feel bad, they probably have a dirty belly button. They probably do. They probably do. And shame on them. Shame on anybody trying to shame someone else on how they get clean. Sometimes life gets us, you know, and like we just can't. But when we do, let's make it as easy as possible so that we can get back to feeling like ourselves. But peri bottles and rinse-free sponges, highly recommend. Now moving on to dental hacks. I love me a dental hack, and I've shared this before in my oral care video, but I thought I would share it here just so it could be all in one place. And that is teeth whitening strips, how to get the most out of them and having a better experience with them. Now, this does require you to have retainers, or if you don't have retainers already, like you can get a mouth guard, Amazon, CVS, wherever, and you can boil them and then they'll mold to the, you know, the shape of your mouth, right? But when you put your white strips on, for reference, this one is from Guru Nanda, the signature whitening for sensitive teeth. I love these because they brighten your teeth and they don't destroy your enamel. This works really, really well. But one thing about me, if I feel something is on my teeth, I'm gonna touch it with my tongue. It's just a thing that I do, and I hate it because then you get the taste of the product and you're swallowing it. And even though like this is safe to use and you can actually drink water while wearing these, I like to go ahead, put the strips on, but then also place my retainers on top of the strips so that they're completely protected. I don't have any risk of running my tongue along them and causing all that foamy product to come down my throat. This is such a great hack, highly recommend. It literally is such a game changer. And a really great tip is that if you want to just make your makeup even better, put this on before you start your glam. Like when you're about to, like after you did your skincare, pop in some whitening strips, put on your retainers, and then get to beating that face, okay? And then by the end, this treatment will be finished and complete. You take them off, your teeth are whiter and brighter, and it just makes your makeup look even better than it was going to. You know what I'm saying? Bright eyes, bright teeth, just make the beat even better. This is such a great hack, and if you have retainers, you literally don't even have to buy anything to do it. And my last hack, also one that I shared before in my oral hygiene video, but if you don't know what this is gonna be your best friend. This is a water pick, right? A water flosser, whatever you wanna call it. But this, in addition to flossing your teeth, is going to help you just have the freshest, cleanest mouth ever. This is acting like a power wash. Instead of on your house, it's in your mouth, and you're gonna be able to get to the gum line and just, it's going to blast any particles that are living there that can't get removed from brushing your teeth or flossing. I like to do this every single night, especially after eating, because it just makes your mouth feel so much cleaner, even before you brush your teeth. But my biggest hack that I love to do is to put a little bit of concentrated mouthwash in the chamber so that I'm blasting my teeth, not just with water, but mouthwash and water. So it's extra clean, extra minty, extra just like, imagine a power wash or you're going through a car wash, but with mouthwash instead of suds of soap. like you're gonna feel so clean, and then you're gonna brush your teeth after that. Oh my gosh, you guys, I hope, like, to me, I look forward to doing this because the results speak for themselves. Every time I go to the dentist, they're like, oh my gosh, like, you really clean your teeth. I'm like, and I do. I love cleansing my teeth because even if you're dealing with halitosis or your gut issues that's causing you to have bad breath, everybody should still have an oral care routine. Just because you have those things, are you not gonna brush your teeth? You know what I'm saying? People got to think. People were like, well, we can do all of this and our breath still smells. So you're not going to do anything? Is that the alternative? Just because you're dealing with that, are we not going to try anything? Everybody should have an oral care routine, even if we might have different results. because it affects other things. Your oral health can affect other things. This is only going to help whatever you're doing and enhance it and make it better. Your dentist will notice, or your hygienist will notice the next time you're in that chair. And you should be going every 6 months, at least. If you're not able to get into the dentist's office, it's very, very important to be on top of your oral care routine because you're not getting in there as often to get the professional cleaning. So please watch my oral hygiene video to go more in depth about the oral care routine that literally gives me a clean bill of health every single time. All right, guys, we're closing the chapter on volume 1 of my unsexy hygiene hacks. I hope that you found this video helpful, that you can use it as a resource to go into the world, apply it, and be clean and fresh and amazing. It doesn't have to be complicated. Hygiene can be really simple. It's all about just getting clean and being fresh. And you can literally do that with things that you already have in your house. You don't have to buy anything. It's just all a matter of the technique. The flick of the wrist, you know what I'm saying? So volume 1 is done, but this could be a series. So let me know some of the hygiene hacks that you have that are literally life-changing. I'm gonna try them out. And if they work for me, we can make this a whole series that can go on and on and on. Who knows? It could be a book. But before I go, let's go over house rules one more time. I'm gonna need you to liking helps to boost this video for other girly pops to find it so that they can adopt new hygiene hacks to make their lives a lot more sexy. You know what I'm saying? Smelling good and sexy, they go hand in hand, okay? And because we're a community that likes to yap, clearly, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. And because I want you to be a part of the Musings of a Curvy Lady family, go ahead, smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss a Curvy Lady upload. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this video and all my videos, honestly. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.